Hello, I'm back. So today we'll be doing a cast assessment for Survivor Season 32, which is coming up this Wednesday, February the 17th. So this season is split up into Brains, Brawn, and Beauty, which is something they've done before. And in my opinion, it didn't turn out to be the best season last time, but it did bring us people like Tony, Spencer, and Cass, so I'm not really counting it out just yet. And this season seems to have some really good cast members, so I'm excited about this one. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first person on the list I have in front of me is Elizabeth Markham. She's 27, she's from New York, and she's a quantitative strategist, which says she writes computer programs that forecast stock prices and trade automatically, so that's pretty cool. I can never do something like that. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds really interesting. Okay, this is what I like a lot about her. So it says that her pet peeves include racism, sexism, and homophobia, which I totally love how she's standing up for basically people's rights right away, like right off the bat, which is awesome. So hopefully she'll be someone who will really stand up when something goes wrong in a season, as it usually does. And it says that she also does not like people who refuse to learn from evidence and who won't listen to logical arguments, which I totally agree. And especially when you relate the two things together, there are so many people that just don't listen to any evidence or don't listen to other people who tell them that things like racism and sexism and homophobia still exist, who sort of claim like that everybody has equal rights, even though things really aren't like that. So thank you, Elizabeth, for standing up for people's rights. Next. So if she were to have three things on her island, it would be a Kindle, which is cool, although I don't know how long a Kindle would last, battery-wise, but that's something she could sort of, read when she's lonely or bored, even though I don't think that ever really happens, but we don't know. I guess behind the scenes, though, there's a lot more downtime than we know about. Next, so she also would want soap, which makes sense, to be clean, and pen and paper for planning strategy, recording memories, and leaving false clues for hidden immunity idols for specific people to find. Okay, there's so much I love about that phrase. But anyways, yeah, I love everything she just said. It's pure genius. I always look at the Survivor contestant who they think they're most like. That's really important because, one, it tells you how much they watched in terms of episodes and seasons, and the other thing is they usually project what they perceive that person to be like, which tells you a lot about who they are as a person. So she said Parvati, which a lot of females say, and they all give different reasons for why Parvati is the one that they're the most like. So her reason, again, will be very telling about who she is as a person. So she said Parvati because she's great at concealing her intelligence behind her flirty, charming side. So right away that tells you that what she's going to do in her game is she's intelligent, but she's going to hide that, and she's going to seem to be kind of flirty and charming, and she'll play that up so that she won't be seen as a threat, which I think is really intelligent. That's very smart and genius. I keep saying those words, but that's basically how I feel about her. Next one is Peter Bagenstos. And he is an ER doctor. He's 34, from Minneapolis, and so he's half white, half black. So his father's from Switzerland and his mother is from Jamaica. And he's a Swiss citizen. He does not like bombastic people, which Survivor has a lot of, honestly, because they have to cast people for reviews and ratings and things like that. He doesn't like bros, which I also don't like, so good for you, Peter. And know-it-alls, which sort of offends me because I might not be a know-it-all myself, but I love RHAP, and anyone who insults know-it-alls, gets in a lot of trouble from fans. He would also bring a Kindle. Oh, look at that. We have two people who want to bring Kindles. Hopefully they actually do, and then they bond over it and show each other what kind of books they have, because that would be pretty cool. He also wants to bring his ukulele, which might annoy people, so I don't know if that's the best idea. And a drone to fly around and get a layout of the land. Well, I mean, a drone is a really genius idea, but if all you're going to do with it is get a layout of the land, that doesn't really sound like that is... I mean, I don't get why you wouldn't use it to spy on people. I don't know why you would even care about the layout of the land. Like, you're not going to be exploring the whole thing. I guess he's adventurous, so he's like, okay, sure, I want to explore, but that's weird. People are going to think he's just looking for immunity idols, and he's going to get in a lot of trouble. He says he's capable, smart, good with words. And then he says something that's pretty problematic, in my opinion, if he wants to win. So he says he has an uncanny knack of getting people to back him up, and then he's going to blindside them. So he's going to basically get people to like him and then blindside them, which can really, stir the pot, and people are not really going to be into that. And he's going to have a pointless conversation with someone to make them feel important. So when you say things like that, it really... people will see through you and realize that you don't think that they're important or that you care about the conversation, so I don't think that's going to go well. I also forgot to say the contestant he thinks he's most like, which really makes me not like him at all. He says he's like Pete from the Philippines. When I read that first, I was like, who the hell is Pete from the Philippines? And I definitely watched that season when it was airing, so I should know. But I looked it up and I'm like, oh, that guy, that... person that is not very pleasant, to say the least. So Pete was working with Abby and a bunch of other people that are sort of the villains of the game, and he's saying that that guy was clever, and his comments were clever, and he was educated and had good insight and appropriately stirred the pot. So that makes me think that, especially pairing that up with the whole idea of blindsiding people and all that stuff and listening and pretending, whatever, he seems like he's going to be a villain. And as much as I love my villains, as much as, there were so many good Survivor villains, at this point people are going to see right through him and they're really going to try to get him out right away. And I don't think it's going to go well for him, unfortunately. So, I don't think he's going to go very far. I'm going to guess he's going to be out pretty early, especially if he lets that side out. And if not, he's still not going to win because people are going to not be into that. Next, so Aubrey. She's 29. She's also in the Brains Tribe, so I guess we're just going through the whole Brains Tribe first. She's from Cambridge, Massachusetts, which that place is known for a lot of awesome universities, like Harvard, MIT. She's a social media marketer, which sounds like a pretty cool job. Not really sure what that is either. Her name means the leader of the elves, and she pursued her education with her own style. So instead of writing a 50-page thesis, which I have to do, which is so fun, she instead wrote a children's book about a manatee. And I want to read that so badly. That sounds amazing. And I wish I could do that too instead of a 50-page thesis. So that's so cool. Her inspiration is also her grandmother. So I feel like she's also going to bond pretty well with Elizabeth. That was her name. First Woman of the Year in the New York Daily News. That was her grandmother. She doesn't like people who are not self-aware. So yeah, I think she's going to be sort of butting heads with Peter potentially. He doesn't seem to be the most aware. I mean, he claims he is, but we'll see. Don't know how to listen or actively or give fake compliments. Yeah, so she doesn't really like the whole fake business. She doesn't like scented things covering bad smells. Okay, that's weird. I don't think anyone's gonna bring like perfume on Survivor. She wants to bring crayons so that she can hold an art therapy session to calm everybody. That works better than a ukulele in my opinion, and also better than a Kindle, because that's gonna run out of batteries. But what are you gonna write on? Maybe like trees, sand, I don't know. And camera. Okay, that's gonna run out of batteries too, but sure. Astrology books. Okay, now it's getting a little weird for me. Like, this is a little too quirky. She might kind of turn some people off, because I don't know how many people are really gonna be like, astrology is awesome. Contestant she's the most like, she says Sophie and Cochrane. So if you combine the two, which I can actually see quite a bit. I can sort of see the whole intelligent part of Cochrane and the being a writer type thing, but then also Sophie's sort of personality where she's like nice and sort of doesn't seem like a threat, so I think that'll go well. And she has the hair of Shambo, which is nice. So that's a good sort of reference to make us realize that she knows more than the basic most recent seasons. And she loves Survivor. She's been watching since she was 15, so there you go. She just sort of hinted at the Shambo thing. I was like, she probably knows a lot about the game, but yeah, she's been watching since she was 15, knows a lot about the game, hard worker, yeah, lots of very quirky, detailed things that are pretty entertaining, so I'm looking forward to seeing how well she does. She says she's a good listener and a journalist and things like that. The only thing that might go wrong for her is people being sort of turned off by how quirky she is, and she didn't really say anything about what she would be good at in terms of like helping her, tribe. So I don't know how much the Brains Tribe will be looking for like athletes or sort of puzzle people, but I don't know, like, I really hope I hope she does not get voted out as that sort of first easy boot of, like, the weakest person, because, I think she's really cool and I want her to go far. Next, so Joseph Del Campo is also in the Brains tribe. He is 72, which is really old. I don't know how old Rudy was in season 1, or how old Bob was later, in season 17, I think, but 72 is pretty old, so he's one of the older contestants to ever play, and he's a former FBI agent. Whoa. That's pretty interesting. He has a lot of really cool inspirations, like working with pediatric cancers, and he wants to make sure no child is denied treatment on race, religion, or family's ability to pay, which I love right away. Like, that's the connection with Elizabeth that he has over there, so that's awesome. He doesn't like people who whine, so that'll be sort of interesting to see, because people seem to whine a lot on Survivor with the whole bad weather, no food thing, so I bet you he'll start whining too. I don't know why he thinks he won't, but I'm pretty sure everyone does. He wants to bring a comfortable chair. Yeah, the comfort is cool. iPod. Yeah, I don't know why people keep saying technology. Like, it will die and then you'll be really miserable and you'll wish you brought something like a book instead of a Kindle. Contestant, he's the most like Tom Westman, which I like. That's actually a really nice reference to make, because Tom Westman was also old, also came from a very sort of nice job, firefighter, something like that. I think if he sort of plays up that whole idea of him having a lot of respect for people and people kind of giving him respect back, he can really go far as well. And he's faced a lot of things, so he thinks he can be on Survivor and handle it. And he can start a fire with bamboo, friction, or eyeglasses, and prepare meals. So, but that stuff is not the most important, but it is helpful at least at the beginning, so maybe that'll sort of get people to not target him right away, which I think is cool. And he really wants this for a challenge, so yeah, I like him. Go Joseph Del Campo. So next is Neil Gottlieb. He looks really quirky. 38. He's an ice cream entrepreneur. Wow. So he started the Three Twins ice cream with his life savings. I've never tried that ice cream. I don't know if it's like exclusively an American thing, but we don't have that in Canada, or maybe if we do, I've never tried it, but that sounds really cool. He goes on to write a lot about that, and, it's in grocery stores. Oh god, he's funny. Okay, so he says he does not like many things, but he doesn't like whiny people, so him and Joseph also have something to bond over, and doesn't like hypocritical Bible thumpers, which is hilarious. I know this is a Big Brother reference, but I'm just remembering when, like, Jerry was, like, Judas when he was talking to Dan, and that was pretty hilarious. Hopefully he'll have respect and won't really sort of, like, stop people from their beliefs. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, I hope that he doesn't really get into fights with people over stuff like that, because that's a pretty controversial thing to fight over. The next thing is he wants a comfortable bed. Okay. Lush pillows. An assortment of fake immunity idols and fake printed clues. Okay, so all these people are thinking of all this, like, fake immunity idol stuff, which I think is pretty cool, and I wonder if all of them start making their fake immunity idols, and they'll all find each other, like, that'll get weird. A spy kit. So he can listen in on plotting schemes. Yeah, that worked for Tony, so maybe that'll work for him as well. He can relate to Eric. I cannot pronounce Eric's last name, but we all know Eric. As a brother in ice cream, I don't know if Eric did ice cream related things, I don't remember. Eric was very stupid in the game though, no offense to Eric. The time Eric gave his immunity necklace to Natalie, in I think season 16 it was, the fans versus favorite season, that was very dumb, so hopefully he doesn't do what Eric did and learns from that mistake. He also can relate to Rob Mariano, because he won and had fun doing it. Hopefully he's not just saying Rob, because Rob is like the godfather of Survivor. Tyson, Parvati, and Russell Hantz. So it's a lot of people. But those are all also big players. Like, he didn't really list anyone who people wouldn't know too well, so I don't know how much he knows about the game. Primary reason to go on Survivor is to win. Okay, that should be your secondary reason, in my opinion, but cool. And that's also a secondary reason. Oh, damn. Okay, well, yeah, I don't like when people say that's their first choice, because I think you should be going for the love of the game. And he wants to be the provider and the court jester. Court jesters will probably get annoying. A strong swimmer and hunter. Okay, so he's gonna do sort of the brawny stuff of the Brains tribe. He's witty, doesn't complain, mentally strong, physically strong, so yeah, he seems to sort of have it all together. Answers here are just really, really long, and I can't really read all of them, but he's sort of saying he's like a very well-rounded person, so I can see him going pretty far as well. So far, the Brains tribe has really impressed me, and hopefully other ones will as well. Debbie Wanner. So she's 49, and she's a chemist, and she sort of reminds me of Carolyn. She says that she is the first person in her family to graduate college, so she really values education. That's weird. She describes herself as relentless, erudite, and Spartan. First of all, erudite I only learned from, like, Divergent, which is really sad, but that's very, like, people usually don't use that to describe themselves. It, like, sort of gives you, like, this impression of really, like, high-class, like, intelligent person, which is sort of weird. And, Spartan, like, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. So, like a fighter. She likes Coach, and she doesn't elaborate. She just says Coach, period. Coach is a very complicated, weird character. I like Coach, but it's Coach. Why you think he'll survive Survivor? She's mentally prepared for all that stuff that is involved, like making fires and whatever. Even though I really don't think that stuff is as important as people think it is in the game. She'll be like Hannibal Lecter, and she'll have good manners and pleasant company, but she will be basically ruthless. And, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, no, I think she can also go pretty far. I don't know, I feel like I'm just really into the whole Brains tribe. Nobody really seems on the team to be sort of weaker than another, so I think it'll go pretty well for all of them. Now we're moving on to Brawn. So we're moving on to the first person in the Brawn tribe. This is Sydney Gillen. And Sydney is 23. She's a bodybuilder. And she received a bunch of awards for stuff like related to bodybuilding. Let's see. She does not like obnoxious criers, bigots. I like that. So she also has that in common with a lot of people. Overly weak people. Okay, that's a little offensive to people like me who are not very strong and are not bodybuilders. Basically anything related to closed-minded mentalities. Okay, again, I like that, so if her and Elizabeth ever join forces at some point when the tribes come together, that'll be pretty cool. What? What does that even mean? Okay, so if she could bring 3 things, she would bring branch-chain amino acids / supplements. So right away I'm like, are you a chemist? Like, are you like Debbie? What's going on? But I guess it's because she knows things about her bodybuilding stuff, so she wants vitamins so she won't lose her muscle. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. A picture of her family or friends for motivation. Yeah, I'm surprised that not that many people said that, because that's pretty important and very motivating. Tweezers, because her eyebrows can get crazy. Tony, so she says she's like Tony, and because his loyalty to those really mattered and was unwavering. Okay, it's really good. And he played the game from the beginning to the end. Yeah, okay, good. I don't know what that means, but he basically did not sort of take it easy. She also wants to pay off her medical school and college debt, which, again, like, find another thing that isn't Survivor if you want to do that. Like you really should just be there to play the game. Like, if you go in there thinking, I need the money so I'm gonna win, like that, just no. What? You can't walk around looking like someone killed your dog all day. Okay, that's a weird thing to say. Team morale and stuff like that, competition, athletic abilities. Yeah, so she sounds pretty cool too. I can't really see anything wrong with her. Hopefully she'll go far. Hopefully she will do what she said she will do. Good job, Brawn Tribe, from the beginning. I like them already. Next is Darnell Hamilton. He's 27, and he's a postal worker. Graduating from college. It has been a long and hard road, but I did it. So that's his whole claim to fame. His GPA was 3.47, which is not... It's not bad, but it's not, like, that impressive. So, like, good job, but you're not really an academic. But this is what I was sort of saying was the problem with brains, bronze, and beauty. The whole concept is that people are not just one thing. Like, a lot of people are, like, both smart and strong, or both beautiful and smart or strong. So, like, basically you can't just split people up that way. But yeah, so these people so far are showing that they have other qualities to them, that they're not just one thing. And that's, I think, really good. That's how you get a good player. His inspiration in life is that he never had a hero, and if he had to pick one, it would be Jesus. Jesus. So that's good that he believes in his faith, but I don't remember what's his name, but someone said he doesn't like Bible thumpers, so hopefully that Darnell does not go in that path. He doesn't like people who talk too much and habitual liars. Well, habitual lying is probably pretty important in Survivor, so that's not really the best thing to not like. But also, people who talk too much, I think he'll get annoyed of a lot of people who get cast on Survivor. Bring sunglasses so you can hide from the ugly contestants? What? Why would you say that? iPod, again, so you can tune the haters out. Is he anticipating people to, like, not like him? Is he just being immature? I don't know what's happening here. And a pack of cigarettes. If the pack of cigarettes was for others, so to sort of, like, bribe them and be like, I'll give you this if you, like, don't vote for me, then I'd be like, yes. But it doesn't seem like that's what he's doing. It seems like it's, you know, he didn't say that, at least, so I don't know what he's using it for. So I don't really think his 3 choices are the most intelligent picks, but again, he's not on the Brains tribe for a reason. If he said he was like any Survivor contestant, he would say Boston Rob, Sean Rector. And he also would be likable like JT. Okay, cool. Reference to a pretty obscure person who is memorable as well. He's saying that he would cut their throats while they don't see him. So he's starting to sound sort of like, what's his name, Peter from the Braun tribe. Sort of a little bit of a villainy thing to him. So we'll see. Let's see. He wants to prove that he can be successful. He thinks he'll survive Survivor in a literal sense with, like, the whole fishing business and stuff, which, again, I don't think is what that question is about. I think it can go either way. It really depends on I mean, a lot of things he wrote were pretty confrontational, so if he starts being like that, it's not really going to go too well, but hopefully he won't, and, we'll see. We'll see what happens with him. Kyle Jason. Okay, Kyle. So he's 31, and he is a bounty hunter, which I did not think was a real thing anymore. He describes himself as loud, blunt, and hilarious, which will make a lot of people pissed, because a lot of people said they don't like people who talk a lot or are boisterous, so that's not going to go well with a lot of people. He would bring hair ties on the island. Like, can't you just come in wearing 1 hair tie, or 2 or 3, and just sort of, like, you don't need to bring it as a separate thing. Energy drinks, yeah, but, like, what? Okay, and a mini DVD player. Like, where are you gonna plug that in? I mean, even if it has batteries, again, why do people keep insisting on technology? What is this? Like, live without technology for a little bit, come on. Okay, he says he's like Russell Hantz because he's the only person who has ever played... Sorry, this is just funny, I can't get through this without laughing. He's the only person that has ever truly played the game the way you should. If he did, then why did he not win? Okay, come on. I mean, I like Russell Hantz. Like, Russell Hantz was really entertaining, but no. Like, he did not play the game brilliantly because then he would have won and he wouldn't have pissed the jury off, so just no. If you're gonna play like Russell Hantz, then you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. And he says the only difference is that I wouldn't wait so long making things disappear. What does that mean? Like, people disappear, hiding their things? Like, what are you talking about? That's really weird. He claims that he watched the game from season 1, so that's cool. But then he says when Rudy should have won until he took his hand off that log. Are you just saying that because Rudy was like a Navy SEAL? Like, Rudy did not deserve to win. I mean, Rudy was, again, awesome and really entertaining, but Richard Hatch totally deserved that. He totally was a deserved winner. I don't know what he's saying. Not really into him. His whole idea of the whole Russell Hantz thing, again, he's gonna be a villain. He's not gonna hide it very well, because he's gonna be loud and boisterous. People are gonna get annoyed with him, and I think he's gonna be out quite quickly. Maybe first, if that tribe loses, which they probably won't, because they're the Braun tribe, but no. Just no. Jennifer Lenzetti. Jennifer is 38 years old. She's a contractor. Oh man, she had a lot of problems in her life. She had endometriosis, cancer, and drug addiction. I don't know what came first or what came last, but that sounds terrible. And her inspiration is Martin Luther King Jr. So that's a good inspiration. Okay, Pet peeves. Slow drivers. Well, nobody will be driving in Survivor. Who chew with their mouth open. Like, if that's your biggest problem with people, then you really don't have many problems. When people end a sentence with a preposition, are you serious? Are you like, I'm basically an English teacher and I don't even care about that. Like, why? Are you really gonna listen to every sentence and be like, oh, there's a preposition, it's not okay. Like, are you gonna be doing that? That's pretty ridiculous. When girls say the word like, so I have a lot of problems with that statement because it implies that guys don't ever say it, and I know so many guys that say it. And that's pretty sexist to say. And she's a woman, so coming from a woman, that is not okay. Coming from anyone, that's not okay. But also, there's nothing wrong with that word. I don't know why she's so into this whole grammar thing, and she's so like, no prepositions, no like. Like, stop telling people to stop saying things. Just let them say whatever they want. And assholes. Okay, well, you're coming off as one. She would bring a metal detector. Why? Just why? What are you expecting to find? Like, gold? I don't get it. A Snuggie. You're gonna be in, like, 40-degree weather. You don't need a Snuggie. And if it is cold and raining, you will have a whole wet Snuggie. I don't know why you want that. I don't get it at all. And a nutcracker. Are you gonna be eating nuts? Are you gonna be cracking nuts? What is that? What does that even mean? I don't know why I'm so offended by her. I don't know, but it's just ridiculous. She says she's like Kim Spradlin. Okay, we'll see. She has strategy, making herself as many friends as possible. Well, if you're correcting everyone's grammar, people are not going to want to be your friend. Having alliances and sub-alliances, well, everyone basically does that, but okay. She was just herself. Again, yeah, everyone is basically themselves. No one's acting, which is exactly how I play everyday life. You play life? I don't know what that even means. Telling you how it is. I don't even know if I want to continue reading. Like, I'm really not into her. I hope she goes first because she's already annoying me a lot. Okay. Scott Pollard is next. So, Scott is in the Brink tribe. He is 40, and he is a former NBA champion. Basically, every season, for a billion years now, Jeff, the host, has been, like, begging for these sort of athletes constantly because he's really into them. They never go that far. They're not interesting. They're annoying and brag about themselves and try to hide their identity, but people still recognize them. And, like, it's the same old story. It's not even fun anymore. It's not. Stop bringing in athletes. All the stuff about sports. More sports. More sports. He doesn't like people who are late. And not loyal. Like, you're playing Survivor. If he were to bring 3 things, he would bring a phone so he can talk to his wife and kids. Again, I don't know where he thinks he's gonna have reception, but sure, people and their technology. A photo of his family, so he's a reminder of why he's in the competition. Okay, again, I think that's a good idea. And his NBA championship ring, so he can remind himself of what he accomplished. Like, you need a reminder. Anyways, moving on. He likes the professional athletes because of his profession. Dude, this guy is even stereotyping himself. Like, how am I supposed to not stereotype him? He basically wants to be on Survivor for the money, but also the competition itself. So again, reverse the order and then I'll like you. He is a great teammate and knows how to make others better. Is he just gonna be coaching them? And he's a winner. Oh, what's your name? Scott. Okay, next. Alicia Holden. She's 24, she's a real estate agent, she's also in the Braun tribe, and she made a bucket list of things she wanted to do, and she wants to accomplish adventures all over the world. So she going on Survivor just to have a vacation. She does not like people who lie and can't be straight up. Yep, okay, so you want people to not blindside you, because they're gonna be lying. Like, you just want them to tell you that you're going home to your face. She tells it how it is, and expects the same. Okay, so her and, what's her name, the other woman that annoyed me are gonna get along because they're gonna just be all honest. Like, they're gonna be just rude. I don't know why people enjoy that. Why do they, like, to me when someone says that they tell it how it is or that they're honest or whatever, that just tells me that they have no self-control. That tells me that they cannot just not say what they think. And that is not a good thing on Survivor. You have to be able to lie. You have to be able to pretend that you are okay with someone. Like, you can't just be like, I don't like you. Like, Why would you do that? It's so stupid. So, okay, So I was really impressed at the beginning, and then things just started to go really downhill with these castmates. She loves pizza a lot, so she would bring pizza with her, which people will eat instead of her, and will get sand all over it. I don't know why you would do that to yourself. She would also want a camera. This is her reason she wants a camera. To capture moments that are priceless. The entire thing is filmed. Film is basically a billion fast photographs. You can screenshot things. Why would you bring a camera? Why? Just ask the producers for the entire tape if you want that so badly. I don't know what is happening in these people's minds. She would also bring a cell phone. Okay, just bring a computer then. Bring a laptop. Why? Why are you going here? She wants to be on Survivor because it's the ultimate challenge. It will be for you. The daughter of a boxing promoter, yes, she did not say poverty, meaning she does not know what the hell's going on. And she does not want the blonde hair to fool you because she won't cry or back down. No one ever thought you were going to. People usually don't. And if they do, they're quitters and nobody likes them. Just because you're a woman, again, does not mean that people expect you to be weak or back down or cry. Like, I hate how these women internalize these sort of notions about themselves. She doesn't want to make any friends, she wants to win. I hate when people say that, even if they're in a competition. When you say that you're not here to make friends, you're not saying that that's not my main focus is winning. You're saying, I'm gonna be avoiding making friends. I'm gonna be rude and inconsiderate and not care about the social game, which really is not smart. So I do not see her going very far either. I just am very disappointed now with these people that I've been reading about. Very disappointed. Next is Michelle Fitzgerald, and she is 24 and she is a bartender. Her inspiration is Harry Potter. His character... oh my god. If your inspiration is a fictional character, as much as I like Harry Potter, that's sad. It's sad. You like that he's magical? Can I just stop? Can I stop this video? She does not like overpriced alcohol. Close talkers and self-important people. What does self-important mean? I don't even know if those two words should be put together. I guess people who think they're important. Like, okay, whatever. I don't think she's gonna get along with anyone. What is a close talker? What does that mean? Someone who comes close to you and talks to you? Like, just get out. Just get out. Okay. Okay, well, this is where it gets sort of interesting. She wants to bring a journal to remind herself of her past and to keep track of her future. See, I don't know what that means, but if she has a journal, then hopefully she can do smart things and actually write things down strategically, and hopefully, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, she sort of is hinting at that, even though I really don't think she is, but okay. She wants a Harry Potter book. Dude, this girl's just like obsessed with Harry Potter. And her sister. Your sister's a thing that you want to bring to an island? She's not a person? Survivor contestant you were the most like. Okay, so she also says poverty, but this is her reasoning. She was able to read people and form alliances that took the spotlight off of her. Okay, that's pretty smart so far. She took respectable chances, never silenced herself to get further, and dominated in challenges. Yeah, okay. She's redeeming herself a little bit in my mind, because all that stuff is accurate and pretty smart in terms of how to get further in the game. She's an adventure junkie, so that's why she's on Survivor. She'll survive because of her positivity. She's watched every season, she claims, but I don't believe it. And she's gonna use her charm and whatever. Okay. Well, I mean, sounds better than some other people because of the whole thing she said about Parvati, but she also has a lot of flaws, so we'll see how far she goes. Next, so Anna Kite. She's in the beauty tribe, and she's 26. She's a pro poker player. See, these are the kind of people I would expect to be on the brains tribe. I don't know why they expect, like, I don't know. I don't get how they divide these things up. Okay, so she's a pro poker player. She's from Brooklyn, New York. She is most proud of participating in the World Games last summer. So basically she does a lot of cool things. Her inspiration is Princess Diana. Okay. She would bring a razor because she hates hair. If you bring a razor, you're gonna get infections and you're gonna be taken out of the game because hair is not a big deal and people have it and just leave it alone. Also, she would bring a deck of cards because she loves games. Okay. And a toothbrush because who doesn't love bad breath? Sorry, who loves bad breath? Who doesn't love bad breath? Again, like, if you bring a toothbrush, where are you gonna get your toothpaste from? What if you run out? Like, bad breath is a made-up thing that is not a big deal, that is just natural. Hair and bad breath. Just let yourself be. Beauty, people. She also says Parvati is the one she's the most like, and she says it's because she can be charming and would play up her innocent side, so she would trick males and wrap them around her finger. Well, I don't know if playing up the innocent side is what Parvati did, but I guess if you're talking about, like, sort of not seeming like a threat, then yeah. Here is my kitty cat. He's adorable. His name is Nebu. He's an Egyptian cat, and his name means gold. It's a hieroglyph for gold, and he's adorable. Look at that little kitty. Do you want to listen to Survivor? You want to listen to it? Okay, well, let me just continue. So, oh, no, okay, doesn't want to continue. She's a huge fan of Survivor and studied it for a long time. And she thinks she's clever enough to play and win. Well, I do agree that with her poker player thing, she's smarter than quite a few other people. She would also be great outdoors, and she's not a girly girl, so she wouldn't care about sleep and environment. Well, I mean, the fact that you don't like hair and the fact that you want to have a toothbrush is kind of a girly girl thing, or I guess a high maintenance thing, so I don't know if I believe her. And she is good with people, so she thinks she will win, and she can form good relationships. So I think she can go reasonably far. I think she actually go pretty far. Next is Nick Majorano. I don't know how to pronounce that. He's also in the beauty tribe. He's 30, and he's a personal trainer. He says that he is always a better listener than you. Than me? You're a better listener than me, Nick? You sure about that? Meaning, I listen to people better than you do, I'm more interested in people than you are, and I accept people more than you do. It sounds like he's, like, advertising himself. Like, that's just, like, a weird thing to say. And yes, sometimes I pretend to do these things, but at least I pretend whereas you just check out and are narcissistic. Peter. Is his name Peter? Nick, sorry. Nick reminds me of Peter, but Nick, you know nothing about me. I am not narcissistic, and I do not check out. I listen. Okay? So, why are you telling me who I am? This guy, right away, is very frustrating. I feel like he's gonna rub people the wrong way quite a bit, and really cocky. He's really cocky. He said he doesn't have a hero. No human is a hero, and he's his own hero because he loves the person that he is. Okay, so he just seems very, very, very cocky. He doesn't like angry, loud, and rude people who don't know how to hold a conversation. So he prides himself on holding conversations, and yet he seems to be really offensive. He also described himself as obsessive-compulsive, which I don't know if he's referring to the disorder, but, like, why would you say that about yourself? Receptive, okay, and contrarian, which I guess means he would contradict things people say, which, or contradict the way people think, or whatever, but, like, I don't know why you would describe yourself like that. And he would bring alcohol to give it to people as a truth serum, which I guess could be pretty smart, actually. He would bring pictures of other contestants' loved ones to negotiate with, which actually seems pretty smart. But then people might be kind of annoyed at him because he would, like, manipulate them and stuff. But a vacuum, so people think he's dumber than they initially thought. That's actually pretty funny. I actually kind of like that one. That's making me like him a little bit more because it means he's actually thinking about what he's doing in terms of his 3 things he's going to bring. So that's already a lot smarter than a lot of contestants were, besides the Brains tribe. Contestants he's the most like: Courtney Yates and Jonathan Penner. which are actually two people that I love, so that's awesome. Personality-wise, and yeah, they have really awesome personalities. He says he's more socially intelligent than they are, though. We'll see about that. So far he doesn't seem like he is, based on the kind of cockiness that he's showing, but he could be. Like, I don't know how I feel about him. He seems just way too arrogant, but if he hides that, which I don't know if he will be able to, but if he does, he might be able to go pretty far. He also says he's athletic and the most useful skill is his positive nature. So, we'll see. We'll see. He says he's charismatic, so we'll see what happens with him. The next one is Caleb. Caleb Reynolds from Big Brother 16? Yeah, Big Brother 16. He's 28, and he's an Army veteran. And he is all about defending his country and Christ, so that guy who claimed he doesn't like Bible thumpers might be annoyed. He says he's gregarious, and I don't even know what that means, and I'm an English major, so I'm just like, how do these people know these words? And, like, have they just looked up a lot of synonyms to describe themselves? Like, how often do they do this? Do they just have, like, job interview words that they, like, throw out there? Like, it's really strange. He says he would bring his phone because it has his music and his pictures, but again, your phone is gonna die. I mean, he doesn't say he's gonna call people with it, which is reassuring because it means he knows he won't have reception, but your phone's gonna die. Like, bring an actual handheld picture. Just, like, print them out and bring them. Like, why would you rely on technology? And he wants to bring his Bible so he can stay in the Word and be in touch with God through Scripture. Whatever works for you. Pen and paper so you can write his thoughts down. So again, pen and paper is a genius idea, but if all you're going to do with it is writing your thoughts down, like, actually, if you're using it, like, writing your thoughts down could be useful because you might be writing down strategy. It also is dangerous because if someone finds it, you're screwed. Oh, I didn't even think about that before. It's a really tricky one. Maybe if you write it in code, maybe teach yourself, like, some fake language so that only you can read it. I don't know, just do something so people don't know, but yeah, it could be a cool idea. I don't know why I'm going so far into this. Yeah, Survivor Knesset is the most like Hayden because he was on Big Brother. Okay, no. Hayden because he loved him on the show when he was athletic. He knows when to be a beast and how to play. Does he... I'm just worried he's only saying that because he knows Hayden from a Big Brother standpoint. Like, I'm not sure if he's really aware of Survivor and stuff. Survival, ex-military, and yeah, he has the skills because he can survive on little food and water and whatever because of the military thing. So, I mean, I know who Caleb is. I've watched his Big Brother season. I don't like him. He was very creepy to Amber, and I know now he has a girlfriend, and he's sort of backed off when it comes to that stuff, but I did not find him very intelligent. I did not find him very charismatic, I just don't like him, and I don't think he's going to go that far. I mean, he's extremely loyal, I'll give him that. And if he can sort of become friends with some other guys or women if he wants to and pair up and be the loyal one, he could definitely come in Final 2. He could be the second place person, but I don't think he would ever win because I don't think he has the strategy for that. So, Caleb. Next, we have Julia Sokolowski. One pet peeve right off the bat is when you're a woman and you're Polish, your background is Polish, when you end your name with a ski, it's actually supposed to change to a ska because you're a woman. So when you don't do that, it just tells me that you are not in touch with your ancestral roots, and it just sort of bothers me. But that, I guess, is not a big deal. It just means she's very sort of assimilated into American culture. She's 19. That's really young. Oh my god. She's younger than me. And she's a college student. Well, obviously, what are you going to do when you're 19? She taught English already to a class of 83 people. She doesn't like slow walkers. Do you live in a city? Is that why? Where do you live? Boston. Yeah, okay, I guess. And entitled people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be act entitled in Survivor. She would bring a photo of her family because they're her rock. Okay, I support that. A camera because she wants to take pictures and document memories, and for Instagram. I don't know why people think they're going to be able to upload, like, you're not going to have internet, you're not going to have I don't want to get into this conversation again. It's just ridiculous. She would also bring an iPod because she's got to jam out. Says she's like Natalie Tenorelli, who I remember only because someone mentioned her and I was like, who is that? And then I went back and looked it up and I looked up who she is and I was like, oh, I remember her. She was that girl that really did nothing. She says because she was a young female player, which like means literally nothing. Like it's just age and femaleness. And Jenna Maraska and Parvati Shallow because of their ability to strategically combine sex appeal and intelligence. Okay, I'll give her that. And Andrea Bolke, I can't pronounce her name, because she is a wholesome farm girl with big dreams. Andrea was so much more than that. She was actually pretty strategic. I don't know why you reduce her to a farm girl with big dreams. She would want to win $1 million to pay off her college tuition. Yeah, that stuff's pretty expensive. And she says she's not just some Barbie princess, dumb blonde. I feel really sad when people internalize these stereotypes. But at least she wants to prove that she isn't. So I'll give her that. She seems okay. I don't know if she really will win. She seems to be basically what Natalie Tenorelli was, which is just someone who sort of doesn't do much and then gets to the end and doesn't win. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen to her. Next we have Tai Trang, who is 51 and he's a gardener. It's pretty funny. He was part of the AIDS life cycle for the past 13 years. Wow. And he does a lot of LGBT stuff. Okay, so there's the token gay guy, which they always have to have. No, but I mean, it's nice that they do it, but I don't know why they always have to get like one token one. Why can't they have more? Why can't they have more of a lot of things? But he says his inspiration is his parents. They worked really hard, and things about the Vietnam War. He doesn't like foodies. He doesn't like foodies? Double parked cars and lazy people. That's just funny. I feel like he's like trolling the whole pet peeve thing. He would bring coffee, and he grew up loving Vietnamese coffee since he was 3 years old. A razor, because he wants to shave his head to feel young. I mean, again, I don't think bringing a razor is a good idea at all, but that's pretty funny. What? Wind Up Bird Chronicle. Oh, a fiction. Oh, ooh, okay, yeah, it's a book. Okay, finally, somebody would actually bring a literal book instead of a Kindle. That actually is really nice to know, and I kind of want to read this now to see more about this guy. So he says he's like Spencer because of his positive spirit and determination to survive in given situations. I don't think Spencer was as positive as Ty claims that he is, but okay, sure. Bob Crowley, because we're both older. Bob was a lot older, I think. He's likable players with non-threatening demeanors who work hard. Okay, I can see that. I can sort of see that similarity, personality-wise. He wants to be on Survivor to sort of see how well he can survive, and he thinks it's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to be fun as much as he thinks it is, but yeah. Then he just sort of goes on to say a lot more detailed things about how he grew up in harsh conditions and things like that, so he seems okay. Seems like he can, if people accept him, which I really hope they do, I think he can make it reasonably far. I mean, he could potentially win if sort of a side of him comes out that's more strategic, but I don't know, it sort of seemed like he was just this happy-go-lucky guy who's expecting fun, and I don't think Survivor's a vacation, so... Anyways, that is all for my cast assessment. That was very long. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to actually be doing a draw with my partner. We're going to be basically choosing who we want to be on our team because we basically split up the casts into who we want on our teams. So we'll be doing that soon, hopefully before the season starts. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments what your opinions are on the house guests and if you share any of the same opinions as me. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.